Tyler Perkins. Our friend Tyler Perkins asks, as an assless man, he'll explain. One of my many hopes when I first started training was to finally develop a fat dump truck. Not for aesthetics, but simply to be able to keep a pair of pants up and sit comfortably once and for all. I'm now approaching a 600 squat, pulled 675, yet I remain mostly assless. Is this a genetic deformity that I will ever be able to conquer? Probably. Yes.
It's genetic.
This might seem silly and trivial, but it really makes for a pretty miserable life experience that those lucky enough to have been born into ass privilege will never understand.
So fucking ridiculous.
Any suggestions, or should I just kill myself now?
No, so
look, if you already know you should have killed yourself, right? And if you hadn't done it by now, you're not going to.
Yeah, too late.
It's too late. It's too late. You don't have an ass. You know.
But
here's the thing about the starting strength squat. Mm-hmm. Everybody does this correctly, maximizes their ass genetics.
Right. If you're going to grow an ass,
if you're going to grow an ass,
and deadlifting,
you know, and if Tyler, if you were doing it wrong, we would have noticed by now. So you're probably not going to grow an ass.
Yeah, I think it's a good question because a lot of people do have this thing in their head thinking, well, I can grow a fat ass somehow, even if they are just a flat board. Yeah. And there are women on Instagram who make millions of dollars.
The idea for sure.
Because they have amazing genetics and a huge ass, and that's what's in right now. So they sell their booty building program.
These big fat asses. I mean, like wide fat asses, not just deep fat asses are popular now, and I think we're looking at fat girls. And just like we've always seen fat girls. I mean, there's no shortage of fat girls around. But now they're fashionable, and they're thinking Jesus every morning when they get up and think, man, I am so happy that God has made me acceptable now.
Well,
without having to actually do anything more than eat my donut for breakfast.
There are women who have the genetics to have a small waist and really big butts, and those women are making so much money on the internet right now selling a booty building program to women who are 105 pounds natural, and they think that, if I do this program, I can also grow an ass, and you can't. It's a genetic thing.
It's a genetic thing. You see Phil? Phil doesn't have an ass. Phil's never had an ass. Mm-hmm. Now, Phil doesn't know how to squat. That's absolutely true. But
he would have grown something.
He would have grown something over 45 years. If he was capable of doing it.
Yep.
Boys and girls, this week on Starting Strength Radio, have we got a treat for you? We've got comments from the haters, which this week are particularly vicious. We've got paper Q&A where we read your questions. Some of them will even be, like good and constructive questions, opening up on topics that we haven't typically dealt with before. What was that one that was so off the fucking wall?
We talked about the governments or whatever for a good long while.
Yeah, talked about government overreach and all this other stuff. We always talk about that, though. No, there was one at the front. Something about digging up a corpse or something like that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I can't remember what it was about. But it was certainly off the wall, and you'll want to be here for that on this week's installment of Starting Strength Radio.